Hey guys, and welcome to your EKU Hoops Hub podcast. Today, in our third game plan session video, we're going to be going over the Lipscomb Bisons out of Nashville, Tennessee. Finished fourth in the ASUN West Division Conference, and we're going to start with the Florida State versus Lipscomb highlights. So as we start, you see there's a lot of moving parts. They're super fast, as Bellarmine is, and they like to use their bigs a lot. So as you can see, they're playing Florida State here earlier in the first quarter, down one, and you see they like to use their guards, and they kind of use these pop outs too, as Bellarmine uses to draw the 3-pointer, but they also like to, it kind of speeds the other team up to think, because he was forced inside here. As we go back, he's forced inside here, so they're going to think he's going to just push up and drive it in, and then he decides to kick it out, which is a really good pass, and he makes it. So they have a lot of good players. Asajala is probably their best player. He was injured this game, but he is a really good guy for them to use. He's a 6'9", I think 6'9", senior forward going into a senior season, and he's someone that can shoot a little bit, and he can definitely push inside. Max here, he's also someone that can definitely be used. He's someone that can definitely shoot the 3. They have a lot of guys that can shoot the 3. A lot of guys that you don't think would shoot the 3 can shoot the 3 in their team. So they're kind of like EKU a little bit, where they're kind of loaded with 3-point shooters, and then they have even their bigs can shoot. So they have a really compact team that can run multiple things. They can run big man plays, or they can run guard plays, because they have a lot of 3-point plays, because so many guys can shoot the 3. On this play here, they set up 2 in the paint here. One kind of forged this way, and then one's still kind of in the middle here. So he's going to end up driving to the lane and getting the bucket and one. Something I will say is their paint defense is a weakness, because they have problems, usually they are bunched up in the paint, Asajalu can ground a lot of space, because he's super athletic, but he can go through a lot of space and kind of block that up. So I think for Lipscomb, a big thing is getting Asajalu back is a big thing for them, because for the past 4 years, he's been one of their best players. And going into a redshirt senior year, he's going to have to do a lot for them. Pounding the ball inside, as I said, that he can cover a lot of ground that most bigs can't, because he's so tall. He can shoot. He can pop out. Kind of on this play, you go force inside, and then skip pass. Something is they have problems with late reactions. So that same play right here, you bring it up, they're gonna pass out, right? So then he decides to forge, and he's still kind of looking at this guy here. So he's like, all right, is he gonna pass? But as soon as he passes, he just jams it. So they have a little bit of problem with late reactions, just to get the ball to the right guy and not focus on the guy that's getting passed to, because as you can see close, he was already still locked on, and he couldn't see that he was moving. So, and their 3-point defense, as I've seen, is a little bit like weakness too. But they can also shoot the three, so it's like even if we leave you open, we can make it. So it's not like they're losing points. Something that Florida State definitely got them in here though was a pick and roll. So here's a pick and roll play. This guy I think will move up, and he just late reacts. So a late reaction is kind of gonna happen, but also I feel like if they don't speed up, because they are very quick, but other teams can also speed the pace up too. So I think that just making sure you keep the same pace and making sure that you can still keep up, even though you know you can speed up and shoot the three as well. So it's not like you're giving up points, because you know you can get those points back, because they have a really good shooting team, and Asajulu can get in and post the paint. We wouldn't have played them in the tournament if Central Arkansas lost to them, and we would have hosted them at McBrayer, but Lipscomb ended up losing. Central Arkansas scored 50 in the second half, and that kind of closed them out. And we ended up facing Kennesaw State, and we ended up losing by about 14 there. Anyways, back to the game plan. Another late reaction flaw, as you can see here, they take a guard out here, post up. On to the next play, sorry. But here's what I'm saying. So it's up, right? And then they grab the rebound, and this guy's wide open. Like, he has this amount of space right here. Like, this whole thing is wide open. So they're going to kind of open the door, and as soon as that happens, dunk. So late reactions is definitely something that they need to work on, because they can obviously get the points back, but if they're not gonna take the time to play defensively, they're gonna give up a lot more points. And if they trade threes for twos, you know that's obviously more points. So you're giving up a lot of valuable things. So for Lipscomb, I think just working on late reaction defense is definitely something on this play. They got 3 in the middle and 2 guards out. Pass over and wide open here. But I think that for Lipscomb, it's just going to be, you got to get Asajulu more involved. And I'm not just saying in the EKU game. I'm saying in general. You need to get him. Obviously, I know he's a good guy for you, but last season, mainly, you did not get him as involved as you should. They shot so many threes, and even in this game, they shot so many threes. They did not get Nsanjulu involved, like, at all. During the end of the season, he averaged, 8 points a game. If he's going to be your main guy, you have to get him up to, 14 or 16. That's usually the college, at this level, college main guy points per game. So, if you want him to be your main guy, you have to get him more involved. Even setting him up on pick and pops, that would work. Kind of playing small ball, and maybe putting Asajali at the 4 and and then using pop outs. I don't know. Using something that would work a little bit better, because they do not involve him as much as they should. So I think on this play, another late reaction. So I think for them, it's just they have to figure out something to do because, I mean, they know how to get points. That's not a flaw at all, at all. But what they have to figure out is, on this play, you leave so much open space. All this right here. Oh, so then he late reaction. So either way, he probably could have made that, but then he makes the extra pass and buckets. So late reaction. And I'll go over 3 flaws and 3 pluses. But look at this, okay? This is something really big. So this is Asanjalu. And with him, last season they scored 83 points, shot 54% from the field, 47 from the 3-point line, 17 assists a game, and 8, almost 9 threes per game made. So my biggest takeaway is see how much I know he's a good player, but that should be about probably 15 more, at least 8 more, with the Sajalu. He should be averaging 17 points next season. They're not going to do good because you know what's going to happen. They're going to use that Max dude, which, no disrespect to him, but they need to get Asajalu more involved because if he doesn't get involved, he's going to get mad and then he's not going to try as hard. I've seen that happen with multiple teams, not this year, but last year a little bit. I did see that with a couple players. So if you don't get him involved, he's going to start losing trust with his guys, and obviously you don't want that in the locker room to happen. Just looking at these numbers though, Asajalu probably averages. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so I'll pull this up for you guys so you can see it with me. Okay. So if you look at their team, right? And you go to Asajalu. Okay, there we go. So if you go to Asajalu, he's a senior this upcoming year. But what I'm saying is, where's his stats? I need to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he's actually 6'10". So, where's his... So, last season... this is 2020. Okay, so, what I'm saying is, look at this. Okay, so 17 points. But here's where I'm kind of flying. He can go on some pretty good games. It's not like he's a bad player. He can go off if they'll let him go off. 10 points, 28 points, 15. So, if they'll let him go off, he'll go off because he can score 30 points. 32 points. He can go off if they'll let him go off, but they're kind of restraining him because there's a lot more 3-point guys and they're not as big oriented as other teams are. A lot of teams are on the bigs, but they're more on the guards. We're more on the guards. We're another team that's on the guards. Most teams are on the bigs. So, but also here's one guy, Will Pruitt. Okay, he's some guy. He's a guy that definitely is a big addition for them. So he averaged over the season. He got 14, 10, 11. So he's kind of on and off. But look at this stretch right here. During the end of the season, he did 18, 17, 21, 14, 11. So, I mean, if you look at his stats, and even 13 down here, if you look at his stats, he's someone that's definitely going to have to step up a little bit for them next year, because he has a lot of talent that they can definitely use in multiple ways, because they are very guard oriented, and Asajali was kind of just a great guy if they'll let him. If I had him on my team, I would definitely use him like our number one guy. Even if I had a lot of good guards, I would use him as our number one guy. Because he's 6'10", he can shoot the three, he can drive inside, and he's a good star player. Like, he's not like a good role player. He can play star player if he needs to. Because he averaged 28 and 32, so you can definitely see where he scores. Because he definitely has that ability. Next play. So, definitely another late reaction. A little bit better coverage defensively. Double team here. Should pop out there, but they come inside. Play style wise, they are a little more inside the paint, like right around here on the blocks. That's where they like to kind of shoot, but they will shoot out on the 3-point line if they need to. So, Spencer Hayes, he's another big guy for them. And he's definitely going to kill it for them next year. Actually, since I have it pulled up, we can go over to him. Looking at Spencer, he is let's see, I don't think he's graduated yet, so let's see. Oh, nope, he has graduated. Okay. I was going to go over him, but he has graduated. But yes, we'll look at his last year stats. So he's a 6'8" graduate student, and he's out of Columbia City, Indiana. He's played here for 3 seasons. And over those 3 seasons, he's out of a community college, so he only got to play 3 seasons. But he did get 17 points was his highest point value. And, I mean, he did play some really good games offensively, so he's definitely going to kill it for them. But that is the end of the episode, guys. See you guys later.